Okay, Om Shanti. So, welcome all of you. Good morning to the daily Murli Avyakt Murli English Reading Club. And we were discussing the Murli of 17th of December 84. So, we had finished the Murli, and it was all about how Baba mentioned that the most important way to end waste is through the Gyan Murli, because that's the treasure house, the ultimate treasure of powerful thoughts. And how Baba yesterday told us that Murli is not only just for listening, which is the first step, of course. Obviously, you have to listen to it first, then absorb in it, and then become an embodiment of the same. So, this was the summary of yesterday's Murli, which we read. And also, Baba was addressing three different zones as we discussed Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Punjab from the north. So, I'll just share the screen and we'll see what Baba has to say further. I would like you all to revise what Baba mentioned about each of these zones. It was beautiful what Baba said that what Maharashtra is supposed to do. Maharashtra is great all the time, as he mentioned. So so if you look at this paragraph, I've just put the arrow here. So Maharashtra are those who have great thoughts. Punjab are those who issue the great challenge, all great things, and they have a right to the great kingdom. And Karnataka are those who eat the great fruit. So that way, all of you are great. And later again addresses, but first we'll see what Baba had to say with meeting the Dadis. So Bab Dada meeting the Dadis. So the great Mandali, which means Mandali is a Hindi word, you can say, or more of a Sindhi word. So it means a group. So the great Mandali group is sitting here. In the beginning, there was Om Mandali, and at the end, it has become the Maha Mandali, right? The great group. So Baba is really playing around this with this word, great. So this is the Mandali of all the great souls, isn't it? Those people call themselves Maha Mandaleshwar, and you call yourselves the Maha Sevadharis, which is the great servers. You don't call yourselves Mahamandaleshwar or Mahamandaleshwari, but Mahasevadharis. This is the great mandali of the great servers. A great server means one who's naturally an instrument for service through every thought. Service continues to take place through every thought. Those who are natural yogis are natural servers. It's a beautiful revelation here. And Baba is touching upon the service happening through the mind, through the thought, which is called Mansa Seva. And all of us know many different types of seva. Seva happening through mind, mansa, thought, word, vacha, and action, karmana. Then Baba also says tan man dhan, which means through your body, your mind, and the wealth. And also jan. Jan means through your connections, sambandh, sampark, your relationships and connections. And here it reminds me of one of the instances of Mama, which I would like to share here. That I'm sure I have shared it before as well, and you all can answer in the chat box what question I'm asking. So, Mama used to ask in her classes that which is the best form of service? Is it the mind, through the mind, or through the vacha, giving knowledge to others, or through karmana, or tan, man, dhan, so on and so forth? So, everyone used to give different answers. So, could also any one of you write it down because Baba is also speaking that service takes continues to take place through every thought. So, what are your thoughts? Which is the best service? Is it Mansa, Vacha, or Karmana? If you want to write it down, I'll wait for half a minute and see what answers come in the chat. Okay. So Gurja, Gurja Ben has started Mansa. Let's see what others have to say. It's a catch question. Okay, Sridhar again, Masa or Mansa. Digit Mansa. Okay, so 3 out of 10. And of that, me is two devices. Okay, fourth one, Mansa. Interesting. Okay, all type at same time. Okay, right. Fine. So I'll have written Mansa. So, well, you all got influenced by my question, maybe, and also by Baba today. Fine, it's not a wrong answer, but Mama said whatever seva is needed at whatever point of time which is appropriate for that particular moment is the most important seva. So, for example, if someone is asking you to come and help in the kitchen for Brahma Bhojan, and that time I tell them, no, no, Mansa Seva is shrestha, elevated, I'm not going to do Karmana Seva, then that's not right, correct? So, at that time, what you want to be done, that is most important. Then, if some teacher is asking you, or you want to go to a pradarshini, an exhibition, they are wanting your services there to give knowledge to someone, and then you probably are not confident in explaining to someone, and you're just trying to manipulate by saying, no, no, I'll just try to sweep the floor that time, or I'll do some yoga and sit here and send Mansa Sakash. No, that's not the seva needed that time. The seva needed that time is of giving knowledge to someone. So that's the reason Mama scored. She was even first before Brahma Baba, because she knew what is needed at what time, and obviously she was the sustainer. All of you know she was the first administrative head. So the answer here is whatever is needed at whatever time seva is, and whichever is most appropriate. If I can do that, nothing like it. So well, let's go further. So those who are natural yogis are natural servers. Simply check, is service taking place automatically? And you will experience that you cannot have one thought or let 1 second go by without doing any service. Whilst walking, moving around, and performing every task, service is merged in every breath and in every second. So, a beautiful stage whereby my every task, my moving, walking, talking, etc., every breath, samay shwas sankalp, every second, every thought becomes a service. And this is called being a natural server. So it's not only mansa, as you can see, it's through every karmendriya, to every sense organ of ours. So you are like that, aren't you? Baba's asking. The stage of doing service according to special programs has now ended. You have become instruments for doing service naturally. And this Baba is speaking because it reminds me that this is of 2004, right? We are speaking about, I'm sorry, 85. I'm thinking of those Avyak Murlis of the Sundays. Sorry, yeah, this is 85. So, big programs had started happening. And when I say big, it means not 1 lakh, which happened later when Dadi Prakashmani um, gave the inspiration that let's do mega programs. That was 1 lakh, the count. So this was Om Shanti Bhavan had recently been constructed and big programs were happening there. All of you know very well. One of the first programs which happened in the Peace Hall, the Om Shanti Bhavan, was the Peace Conference, the first World Conference of Peace happening in India. And it was really a big thing because none of the spiritual organizations had attracted the United Nations to come, whereby Robert Mueller or Mueller, whatever you want to pronounce it, he was the General Secretary, Assistant General Secretary of United Nations. He had come, and Sister Shelley, she was accompanying this because there are many stories where Sister Shelley met Dadi Prakashmani and said that I want one gift from you, Dadi. She said, yes, whatever you want, please tell me. She said, I just want your smile. I want to carry this smile with me. She said, yes, of course, this is for you only. You should take it and make sure that you pass on this smile to others. So this was a special program. So Baba is saying that that stage also has now come because this is December 84. And I think the peace conference happened in 83 or something. So, and after that, then the Om Shanti Bhavan Hall became very famous. So, many small conferences were organized. And I'm not sure whether that time Jagdish Bhai had introduced the concept of wings and the wings conferences had started or not. I don't know about that exactly. Well, but programs had started. And Baba is saying that you have now become instruments for doing service naturally. You have given that chance to others as well. They will create the programs and make it practical. But the service of all of you is to be natural servers, not just those who serve whilst the program is going on, but there is always a program. And remember, this is program about a physical outside program. Baba is saying that you should be such a natural server that automatically inside my mind I have set a program for myself that from 5 to 6 I'll do this, 6 to 7 this. There's always a program, and you're constantly on the stage of service. Therefore, my state of mind is my stage. Baba says that always. If my state of mind is stable, my thoughts are powerful, I'm always on the stage of service. So you're such a group, aren't you? Just as the body cannot continue to function without breathing, in the same way, the soul cannot remain without serving, right? All of us experience that. The day we have become a BK, in whatever way, Gyan, Yog, Dharana, maybe a little bit crippled, Gyan, Yog, Dharana, but all of us want to do Seva, Seva. That's because Baba says sometimes Seva is the breath of Brahman life. Breathing continues automatically, doesn't it? In the same way, service also continues automatically. Service is the breath for the soul, and particularly a Brahmin soul. It is like that, isn't it? Sorry. Can you calculate how many hours you have served? Your religion and action is service. So, religion and action means karam and dharam. Your walking is service, speaking is service, whatever you do is service. And so, you are natural servers, constant servers. So, remember, if you look at these sentences about service, it's not only mansa seva, it's all sorts of seva, whichever appropriate at whatever time I have to do. Service is merged in whatever thoughts you have. Service is merged in every word you speak because waste has now ended for us. So powerful means service. So such ones are called great souls of the great Mandali. Acha, and we know this Om Mandali which had started all these Adi Ratans of ours, the ancestor souls, the first souls, all the Dadis and the Dadas, all of them, really, they were really great souls whom we remember fondly so much. All your companions are also in front of Bab Dada, those from Om Mandali, all those from the Maha Mandali. The servers from the beginning are constant servers. All the great souls from the Maha Mandali are in front of Bab Dada. So those who take the initiative to take the responsibility are the ones from the great Mandali, aren't they? So taking responsibility. You've taken the responsibility, haven't you? Without thinking about anything and without having any other thoughts, you had a determined thought and you became instruments. And this is known as great souls. So Baba is, as I said, going around this word, great, great. You become instruments for a great task. You have at least become examples. Without having seen an example, you became an example for the world. Hmm, great. So Baba is telling all the Adi Ratans that there was no example in front of you, though technically we can say it was Brahma Baba. Avyak Baba is saying about the Avyak forms. After 69, he's saying that there was no sample in front of you, no example, but you became an exemplary. That's great, isn't it? So instant donation is the greatest charity. This is we call in Hindi a beautiful word, Turat Dan Mahapunya. Turat is instant or Turant, whatever, and Mahapunya is the greatest charity. So you are such great souls. Acha. And then Baba's addressing again in a different way, but the same groups. These meeting groups, Maharashtra and Punjab groups, so all of you are fearless, aren't you? Why? Because you are constantly free from any grudge against anyone. You don't have animosity towards anyone. You have the good wishes and pure feelings of brotherhood for all the souls. Souls who have such good wishes and pure feelings always remain fearless. They are not those who become afraid of anything. If you yourself are always stable in a yog stage, you will definitely remain safe in any adverse situation. The crux is to become stable in a yog stage. So you're those who always remain safe, aren't you? And those who remain under the canopy of the Father's protection are always safe. If you come out from under the canopy, then there is fear. Yes, fear of dripping rain on top of you, which means Maya's rain. Rain is barsat, barish, not the rain R-E-I-G. Rain is barish, barsat of Maya. So let's be under Baba's protection, the canopy. Under the canopy, you're fearless. No matter how much someone does something, Father's remembrance is like a fortress. No one can enter a fortress. Killa, Baba says. So kill Maya by being in the killa. Okay? In the same way, whilst in the fortress of remembrance, you remain safe, unshakable even in upheaval. Not those who are afraid. Whatever you say was nothing. That is just a rehearsal. The real thing is something else. So real is still supposed to come. This is just a rehearsal. Rehearsals are performed to make something firm. So have you become firm and courageous in this way? You have love for the Father. And so no matter what the circumstances you have reached here, you have become conquerors of problems. So we can say this word as Vigna Vinashak. Vigna actually is not a problem, it's obstacle. So you become a conqueror of obstacles in one way. And problem is just samasya, which Baba says, move from samasya swarup to samadhan swarup. So love gives you the power to become free from obstacles. Now he's mentioned obstacles. So simply remember the great mantra, my Baba, Mera Baba. And if you forget this, you become defeated. If you always remember this, you're always safe. The last paragraph now here. So, do you constantly experience yourselves to be unshakable and immovable selves? Achal, Adol. And maybe you can add a crust to that. So, no type of upheaval can create obstacles in your unshakable and immovable stage. You have become souls who are free from obstacles, again, unshakable and immovable. Souls who are destroyers of obstacles overcome obstacles as though they are not obstacles but just a game. Baba says, Khel, Khel rahe ho na? You always enjoy playing a game. There will be a difference between overcoming a situation and a game, would there not? So, if you're souls who are destroyers of obstacles, situations would be experienced as a game. A mountain would be experienced as a mustard seed. Hmm, Rai ka pahad is normally said, but Baba says pahad will become Rai, mustard seed, and Rai should become Rui, like a cotton wall or cotton ball. We are such destroyers of obstacles, not those who become afraid. Baba says, no bakri ho kya? Main karte ho. The ones which are fearful of things, they are like goats or sheep, constantly doing meh. And also this meh means, Baba says, if you constantly keep doing I, you become fearless because fear stems from this consciousness of I and mind, which are the basic roots of body consciousness, right? Because when I say I and mine, I get trapped in bondage, in Maya. Because I lose something, then I feel fearful. So if I want to transform this, I should go into from Mera to Maya Mere se Tu Tera, which means Baba and Everything is Baba's, not mine. So, knowledgeful souls know in advance about everything that is going to come, everything that is going to happen. This is what we spoke about Trikaldarshi yesterday. So, when you know in advance, nothing seems a big deal. But when something happens suddenly, even small things seem big. We are all experienced with that. We always say, Baba, you should have given us a hint. Like even for Brahma Baba's body, Brahma Baba leaving the body. So children used to complain, Baba, you should have given us a hint at least. So nothing will be given a hint of. Everything will happen suddenly in the drama as well. You know that. Baba says that always. When you know in advance, then even big things seem small. So we as Trikaldarshi souls, we need to make our stage ready and set, get set and go, which means anything can happen anytime. And whatever is happening, I, as a Trikaldarshi soul, knowing the three aspects of time, the past, present, and future, that everything is happening for a reason, it is happening for some benefit, because the drama is ever benevolent. So, all of you are knowledgeful, aren't you? You are knowledgeful. However, when it is the time for adverse situations, you shouldn't forget the stage of being knowledgeful. You're simply repeating what you have done innumerable times, and therefore Baba says nothing new. When nothing is new, everything is easy. All of you are fully baked bricks of the fortress. So pakki inte, right? Each brick is so very important because even if one brick shakes, it shakes the whole wall. So you bricks are unshakable. No matter how much someone tries to shake you, those who try to shake you will shake, but you shouldn't shake. Wonderful, right? Every day, Bab Dada congratulates the unshakable souls and the souls who are destroyers of obstacles. Only such children have a right to congratulations from the Father. Bab Dada and the whole family are pleased to see such unshakable and immovable souls. So here the Murli ends. If you want a bonus, we'll spend a few more minutes reading about this, though this is not coming in your technically in the Murlis which are sent to you all. This is just an additional bonus. So we'll just read it since it's seen in front of you. I don't like to leave it half-hearted, so I'll just read it. The blessing is in this. Baba is saying, may you be a master Brahma and clearly revealed Father Brahma through your actions and stage. Sthiti or Karmo Dwara. Father Brahma's original sanskar was you first. He always placed the children in the front. He always kept the children ahead of him in every situation. And this was not just for the sake of saying it, but with the feeling of a well wisher. So he genuinely meant it. If someone did something, it was the Father's service. If I did something, again, it was Baba's service. Not that I move forward, no. Make others also move forward and therefore move forward in that. So let me just, whatever others do, let me just motivate, inspire them to move forward. And my progress is also is in moving forward with them. They move forward, and that's my progress as well. That was such unconditional love and service of Brahma Baba. And he always kept the children in the front. All the dadis were in the front. He was in the always backstage in one way. When you all have this feeling, you will then be called Master Brahmas. Then no one will say that they haven't seen Father Brahma because your actions and your stage should clearly reveal Father Brahma. And finally, the slogan is go to the bottom of the ocean with the determined thoughts of concentration, ekagrata, and you will attain diamonds and pearls of experience. Hire Moti Anubhav Anubhuti ke. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing the screen. Today we have some more time left for your thoughts. I'll stop sharing. Again, we'll spend a minute in silence and then come back. You can start sharing.
Om Shanti Manoj Bhai. Uh,
Yes, Om
yeah,
Shanti
yeah.
audible.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to see if I'm heard. You know, I was just sharing the last week about this 1984 Murli. I call them as Dukhand Murlis. You know, right from the beginning of the season, 1911-84. This Murli, when it was read, it started with a Dukhand when Mrs. Gandhi was assassinated. And since then, I see Baba has been using these bombastic words I call Achal, Adol, then or he'll say sudden, or he'll say ever ready. And and the word when Baba mentions it, you know, in that Achal Adol, and you know, it's just like some tongue comes to your mind, and Baba is just lifting us back and making us stand on our heels, especially that sudden and ever ready. And I was just thinking that Achal Bano and Adol Bano, is it only for upheavals? Because these words, I have a feeling, did it start from these 1984 Murlis? Because such kind of tongues I don't remember at a time. Probably, as I said, it was this was a Dukhand ki Murlis, I think, in 1984. But over here, even that time, I remember Bapa said for Alokik Drishti, Sheetal Man, and Rehem Dil Buddhi. If you have all this, you can be Achal. And we used to take example of Angad and all. I think we have gone through a lot of these courses in these Murlis. And whenever any of these one word comes in the Murli, we know there is some signal which Baba is telling us. It makes us sit upright. So that's why when you read that one paragraph of do you constantly experience yourself to be unshakable and immovable, I was just thinking about a glossary of words which Baba introduced to us, and sometimes then and there, like revision, you know, it comes to our mind. I really like the way Baba alerts us with such kind of vocabulary, and it is nice. I have seen, you know, when Bab Dada's lips move when given it, that it something just stirs in your heart to say yes, it's time. When Baba is giving us the signal, oh, maybe destruction, will it come tomorrow, like that. Om Shanti.
So, in the meantime, when you're getting prepared, so Vinod Bhai is saying to be immovable, unshakable, and to be under the protection of canopy of the one Father. And he also adds that to say you first and reveal Father Brahma. Thanks. Anyone else can go ahead.
Just to add one more thing, as no one else is sharing, you know, this the same paragraph, Baba is giving us even action plan, like which he always, you know, like what I call the crux. Make mountain a mustard, be knowledge, and if you're a knowledgeful soul, you'll have advanced knowledge, like how to make big things small. And just you must know whatever is happening, it's just repeating. That's what really always used to touch me. Not to be saying, oh, so many things are happening. This is nothing. This is just the drama is repeating. That's what Baba is saying. If you have three smriti, Swaki Smriti, Bhakti Smriti, And for Karam Drama Ki Smriti, then you'll know it's just repeating. And whatever, and that you have done this innumerable times. All this in that one paragraph he has given, nothing new. And I loved and I wanted to really know what is this fully baked bricks. It was such a nice, so that means then the edifice will not shake. Fully baked bricks in a fortress. No, they are all highly couched words. And then if you have love, it will give you the power to free yourself from obstacles. And remember the mantra, My Baba. So that way, if you see in the Murli, lot of small tips also Baba has given, which I think we should take out a list. What were the tips? Scattered, he has scattered them throughout the paragraphs. I wanted to, if later you get time, Manoj Bhai, if after people share, I know you've got a lot of these knowledge about Om Mandali and Mahamandali. It's suppose you can, because it's got a that history part, I think you can throw as a better light. One. And secondly, this Achal Adol Bano. What is the secret other than the teen smritis? If suppose later you can share after others have shared. Om Shanti.
Also, adding on to what Grijaben asked Manoj Bhai at the moment, and if we look at the last paragraph of today's Murli, where Baba speaks about being unshakable and unmovable in any upheavals. Now, and this is at times becomes really very challenging when you know something which is being put across to you is not the truth. A half story is being revealed, and when you want to clarify it, it's not been welcomed. Now, how do one practically look at being in that moment in this state of unmovable, unshakable?
Okay, interesting. I don't know whether I have all the answers, but as you were sharing, Rakhi, it just came to my mind that I think a very important virtue which we need here to become immovable and unshakable, apart from having a determined thought and determination and being firm, is detachment. I think if I'm in an office or in a situation where I'm stuck, I'm not able to come out of that, and I'm just seeking a way to become, because the very fact I have been disturbed by whatever is happening, it shows my stage has been shaken. I am not unshakable or immovable that time, at that moment. So I think this is what we say as a SOS exercise. SOS stands for full stop, S is stop, O is observe as a detached observer, and S is the last S is steer. We do this in our workshop, this activity for difficult situations we are in, for obstacles, for big challenges, or for something which comes suddenly. So,
Manoj Bhai, SOS stands
yeah,
for, I guess,
yeah. So, should I repeat it? Okay. So, the first S is full stop, and it's an affirmative full stop. You have to tell your racing mind who's racing so much because we are disturbed in that situation. So, applying a full stop, and I would rather add to that that apply a full stop and stand back. So, stop and stand. Let my vehicle, if I'm in a vehicle of my thoughts, let it full stop, apply a brake, and stand back for a while. Next O is observer, detached observer. And the last S is steering it in the right direction, giving it a proper direction. And if you all remember why we say this SOS, because it's a word. Anyone knows what is SOS apart from what I told you all now? And you all have written stand, observe, steer. Anyone knows what is the full form otherwise of SOS? Write it
Save our
down.
souls.
Seva, sorry.
Save our
Ah,
souls.
save our souls.
It's
Yeah,
generally a
save our.
bottle, it used to be
Yeah,
thrown when the ship, somebody
correct.
is stranded in the sea.
Mhm. Very true. So correct. It's the word. So when you said save our souls, I felt you're saying seva. Okay, correct. So beautiful word, save and seva. So when we are doing seva, we are actually saving ourselves, remember, because when the mind, Baba says, is engrossed in any sorts of seva, waste won't come to you and you'll be saved from Maya. Well, so she's very right, Girija Bain, as she said, that save our souls. It was the word used maybe in World War One or two, I don't know exactly which one, but it was to save them and all these souls in the war to be taken care of. They used to flash the flags so that they could be taken. So same thing when our mind is so disturbed, we flash this SOS in our inside our mind. Stop, apply a full stop, as Baba says, to the racing thoughts. Stand back for a while, become a detached observer, elevate your stage, go up so that you can see all the things not from that perspective, from that level, but from an elevated level. And I must say, Sister Girija's name itself mentions that level, Girija. Giri means, if I'm not mistaken, Giri means a mountain or a top. Okay, and Ja means to go there, right? So to go on the mountain top is very much in your name. So go there, look at it from a top, and then all the challenges, obstacles will look very tiny. But I think detachment is needed, as Rakhi Ben was asking, and then give a new direction. And to add to this, I think I can, because Girija Ben asked two questions about Mahamandali, Om Mandali, and also about these obstacles. So this is the month of July. So all of you know very well about 28 July, Didi Manmohini. What I have done this as a practice since I came into Brahma Kumaris. I don't know for what reason, I wanted to read this book and I keep reading it very on and on. And I've told you all before as well, the Adi Ratan book. And literally you wouldn't believe I have actually taken down notes in the sense, not notes about what they had said, notes about January to December. And I've written down the dates when each of these Adi Ratans left the body. Because this way it gives me a chance and the list goes on and on, it keeps on adding. Because if you'll remember, Sister Jayanti pointed it out once that in the month of March, majority of the latest souls have left the body. Dadi Gulzar, Dadi Janki, and Ramesh Bhai also was in that. And the other dadis which I mentioned. So the list keeps increasing. So if in July, if you all want to know, on 2nd of July, it was Bhuri Dadi and 15th Hriday Pushpa Dadi, the ones who are from Bangalore will know. So maybe what we should do is, if you're speaking about obstacles, we should just read their stories because they are very, very inspiring. I mean, how these souls really, there was absolutely no facilities they had, no sadhan. Only on the basis of pure sadhana, tapasya, they have really established centers because Baba just sent them. It's like taking, I would physically say, sprinkling flowers on I mean, sprinkling something, seeds on the floor. So Baba said, just you go here, you go there, like Dadi Gulzar was sent to Lucknow. And I have shared this story on and on again that she was such, in one way, don't take it in a wrong way, a dumb cow. I mean, she never used to express anything and very, very innocent soul and never used to speak. So she sat in the train without a ticket, and not even knowing that there is something called a ticket. And then she was in the third class compartment where it was all big sort of rush and also too many people crowded. And she was sitting in the compartment where people were smoking bidi, literally bidi, not even cigarette. And you know, bidi is much more polluting than cigarette. And then she was constantly covering her nose, wearing this white sari, not knowing this world about. She was Dadi shares, Dadi Gulzar in her classes. Asha Didi mentions this that they were like exposed to the outside external world suddenly. And they were feeling, what is this bandaron ki dunya? I mean, it's all a mad, mad world outside. Because they had seen total silence, total purity, only white clothes all around. Silence, Baba, 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 nothing else. And the moment you go out, it can be a big shock for you. And sitting in a third class compartment. Had you gone in an AC compartment, first or second or third AC, we could have understood a little bit silence, but here in the third class directly. And the ticket checker came and said, "Where's your ticket?" She said, "What is a ticket? Sorry, I don't know." So there it starts like the ticket checker was really so gentle with her, and he said, let go of that thing. And she just said that, "Can you please let me know when Lucknow comes, the station of Lucknow?" And then he said, "Now Lucknow has come, go, please get down." So this way, I'm just sharing one of the Adi Gulzar. So these souls have really seen so many obstacles, and for them, these obstacles were like stepping stones for success. They didn't know, they didn't even consider them as obstacle because Baba had made their state so elevated. This was just one example. Bhuri Dadi is one who used to transfer people in the bullock cart. So initially, when souls used to come down Shantivan, there was no Shantivan there. It was just the Mount Abu, the Abu Road station that they used to be transferred to Pandav Bhavan in the buses, and the bullock carts used to come and take their luggage. All the luggage was the heavy one in the bullock cart. Imagine the cows and the bullocks really used for that service. So much of strain on their bodies. And 15th of July, mind well, please remember Hriday Pushpa Dadi and share some stories. I won't be with you all, but share some experiences or at least read. I think keep reading what these souls, Hriday Pushpa Dadi as well. I mean, the story here goes about, sorry, I'm overseeding my time, but I'll share this because she invited Mama to come for Bangalore service and to show the fulwari, the flowers which she had accumulated, the small Brahmin community which she had created. And there was no money at all. So she just went on the street to one of the, she got a touch and go to this shop. And she told that shopkeeper that Mama is coming. And literally that brother whose shop was there, he was a Bhagat of Saraswati. So he said that Mateshwari Jagdamba Saraswati is coming to the town. So would you want to contribute some service by giving flowers or something and a hall or something like that? So this way, she didn't have anything. And when Mama came, it was fantastic service. And then Mama said, let's go to the center and see how the center is. So she was just trying to avoid by not going. She said, it's okay. Mama said, it's okay. I know the center is very small. You don't have facilities. And then literally, Dadi Hriday Pushpa, tears ran down through her eyes because it was literally, they had absolutely no facilities in the center. It was in shambles, just a small area. So there you are, these Adi Ratans, which we say the Mahamandli. No wonder they are called Mahamandli by Baba because they are really great in whatever they have done for the establishment of Yajna. So sorry, it was a big Pandora's box. You better not ask me these questions in future, otherwise it just opens so many files inside me and I just keep sharing. So sorry for going
No, but that's
overboard in
fine.
sharing.
That's fine, Manoj Bhai. Those
Okay,
of
okay. So hope
us
you all
who can
enjoy. Sorry.
really, yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
That's absolutely fine.
okay. Thank you for making me feel better. Okay, so it's 44 now, and see what you all want to do. Otherwise, meditation. Let me know if any other sharings are coming up.
Manoj bhai, you still have time. I know you stop at 45, but please share with us something because see, you told us about these stories. I
Mm,
even have gone through this Adi book, the first book of all these stories, whether it was these Om Mandli people, they had to leave their husbands and now they were beaten, really beaten. And some had come with injuries on their back, and Baba used to see all that. We have read that. See, they are stories of inspiration, motivation.
mm,
And we have read even about Abraham Lincoln, Abdul Kalam, and all. But what should I do to have a steel mind? Because that's what is needed. See, those people, something different, stories. But now here we really need a steel mind, that achal, that adol. I can physical. See, I cannot be physically. I'm not calling about physical thing. So that's what, as you say, Om Mandali and all. If one were to read, and there was simplicity in and that truth in that, and it was something, the word of the Lord. I think that's why we like it. But I wanted to ask you, what's that steel mind which one needs other than stories for us to keep all these words? Achal,
Yeah, so
adore.
for that,
That's
stories are always there to entertain, but I think the crux is again, as you use the word crux, it is Murli, Murli, and Murli, nothing else. So you can uh, see that how the same Murlis, the Sakar Murlis, keep aside the Avyakt Murlis for a minute. The Sakar Murlis, you know that they are repeating, they're the same Murlis of 5 years. All of you know that very well. And they have been going on since 61 they started, and 65 Mama left the body, 69 Baba left the body. So Brahma Baba. So we have these whatever stock of Murlis, and they have been constantly being revised, the Sakar Murli. And I must say that we must not really keep asking how to do, because the how to do thing Baba has given us in the context of Murlis all the time, and each Murli is still relevant to this till very date, though it's from 1961, 62, 65 till 2025 and further on, it is still very relevant. So I think our whole focus should be everything is mentioned in, I must say, Sakar Murlis. How to do, the how to do, because what is the knowledge is what, and that we have tremendously in Avyak Murlis as well. And how also comes in both Avyak Murlis and Sakar Murlis, Baba tells you how to implement. So I must say, rather than asking how to do again and again, with due respect to what you're asking, don't take it in another way. I think our Murli's Chintan Manan, which we are doing, whatever points, we have to just keep doing it practically. Because Baba is the answer for everything. He gives us every answer in every Murli. So you should just keep doing it. Right? So let's try to stop here and I'll just play the
Before
music
we
again.
move on to meditation, Manoj Bhai, we have an announcement for this Sunday. So we have a master
Okay.
class.
Yeah,
The
sure.
title of the master class is Pure Deeds Indeed, which will be uh, taken by BK Ashish Malgi Bhai from Pune. So invite each one of you to be there. We'd already shared the flyer on the group yesterday. Over to you, Manoj Bhai.
Yeah, thanks. So let's sit back and let's try to put our mind to rest and moving into the essence, the seed form. Looking at the seed of this kalpa tree, that's Baba. Baba, Baba, and no one else but Baba. And I am the master seed, the kalpa tree. The moment I'm firm in this consciousness of being the master seed, obstacles fade away in a second. Because the seed has no length, breadth, dimensions. It's a point. So nothing is I and mine. Everything is Baba and Baba and thine. Let's surrender ourselves fully to that pure seed, the ocean of purity, and see how liberated you feel. how bondage free you feel. Thought, let's begin our day. And not having the thought of invoking challenges or obstacles, just being the master seed all the time, taking care of everything. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Manoj Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a fantastic Friday.